Good morning, Niners. My name is Allison Tietz. I'm the Sustainability Coordinator for Dining Services here on campus. And on this lovely Saturday morning, we're going to be installing a new package of honeybees here on campus. I have with me a bottle of sugar water, so I'm just going to go ahead and spray the bees down, and that's going to keep them nice and clustered together and give them some extra dose of food. So the way that I name queens is based on the color year they are assigned. Queen bees, they only live approximately up to 5 years. So each year they're given a different colored dot. And years ending in 4 or 9 receive green dots. So since 2024 is a year ending of 4, and this queen received a green dot, I've decided to name her Clover. I kind of like to name them all flower names just because it's fun, and I am a gardener at heart. Some of our previous hives were named Poppy or Rosa. Our current hive that we have right now, her name is Maria, also a red ear dot. But for the new year, hopefully maybe bring a little bit of luck, this is Queen Clover. Right now I'm removing the cork from the sugar side of the cage. There's 2 ends. There's a cork in the end and there's a cork in the sugar fondant end. This is where the queen and her entourage inside will eat their way out. That'll take about 2 days, and that will be enough time for the rest of the bees to get used to her scent and her pheromones that she's giving off and help them accept her as her new queen. So what we're gonna do is we're going to wedge the queen between 2 frames, and these frames already have some honeycomb on them, so it'll be easier to kind of push it in and have it stay. So it's in one side there, and I'm just gonna press in on the other side so she's nice and tight, and she will eat her way out. Now comes the craziest part. We are going to remove the top of our bee package. We're gonna invert the bees in. We're gonna put an extra deep box on top and close her up. In a couple hours, I'll come back, make sure that all the bees have slowly made their way out of the box, and then we'll have a new hive. The bees are already making their way towards the queen, so that's a fantastic sign that this is the home that they want to stay in, and this is the home that they're accepting. So the next steps of installing a package are I'm going to put the extra deep box we have on top and put the lid on, just to kind of enclose all the bees with the queen to encourage them not to leave the hive. And then a couple of hours, I'll come back, slowly shake all of the bees out remaining in the package, and then hopefully all the bees will want to stay in their new home. The last step of installing a package is making sure they have plenty of food. The most danger bees have of starving is when they're first installed and coming out of the winter time. So this is called a top feeder, where I'm gonna put this on top of the hive, and this whole valley gets filled with sugar water. Sugar water helps give bees the energy they need to build comb and to start raising their young. For a new hive, it's instrumental because if they're not happy, they will just leave the hive and find somewhere else to go. So I'm gonna give them about 1 gallon of sugar water, and that should last them until the weekend because they can drink up to a half a gallon of sugar water a day. So the bees can exit through the front entrance. This is going to teach them that that is their entrance that they're gonna use for the hive. So they're slowly following the queen's pheromones to tell them that this is your home and this is the front door. For a new hive, you do check them a little bit more often than an established hive. For instance, Clover, I'll be checking her sugar water about every other day just to make sure that she's still eating it. Bees are a little possessive of their honey, which makes sense. We do, of course, only take any extra honey. The general rule of thumb is that for every frame that is covered in bees, you want 1 frame that is full of honey. Clover here, because she is a new hive, I'm not going to be expecting to harvest honey from her this year. We use the honey on campus in various ways. A part of my job is I run teaching kitchens, so I've used it in a few teaching kitchens. We recently had one where we made beeswax wraps, where you soak cotton or linen wraps in jojoba oil and melted beeswax to kind of use as a substitute of plastic wrap or sandwich bags. We also use them in a few of our special catering events around on campus. Of course, we would love it if we could sell the honey or use it in the dining halls, but because we do just have only 2 to 3 hives at a time, they do not produce enough honey that we can give it to the general public.